Okay, now we're going to talk about Tess, my 7th grader, and her schedule. So I have often talked about these checky sheets, and people ask me about them all the time, but they're nothing really fancy. Like, I make it in an Excel spreadsheet. So what I decided to do is I'm having somebody create for me a fillable PDF, and it'll be free to those in my membership. I think I'll probably just make it a couple bucks or $5 or something on my website so that you can download something and just plug it in and have a cute little checklist for your kids, because this would be insane if every day it was like, now what am I doing? Now what am I doing? So this is a really great way. So we actually print 12 of these. I go and I get them bound. My kids always draw a cover. Sometimes they're super creative. Sometimes they're just like writing their name, but they do a pretty good job. So they're really fun. So anyways, I do have them do that little checklist for them and for me. And I've talked about with Minute with Mom before that this is what we go over, and just kind of being able to go through their school. And that's how I stay on top of what my kids are learning. Okay, so Tessie girl, she is going to be 7th grade this year. It's kind of crazy. So language arts, she was doing the last year of The Good and the Beautiful. And luckily, I ordered it before everything was sold out. That's crazy. I know Jenny Phillips is doing like PDFs for way cheaper, even like 4 free weeks, because everything sold out so quickly. So luckily I already had the teacher book and a bunch of the cards and all that stuff. And I was able to get her the workbook before everything sold out. So yay for being on top of things this year. So she will be doing the language arts. Literature, just like Josh, she is still picking away at Les Mis. So way to go for them that they have not given up on this book, because I have allowed them several chances like, are you sure you want to finish this? And they always say yes. So anyways, they're still picking away at that. For scripture, she's reading the New Testament and just reading the New Testament No Study Guide. She just wanted to read that. Math, she's also doing teaching textbooks. She does typing, but she is just writing a story, and so she calls it typing. So she actually created that herself with her schedule, that she wanted that on there. She does foreign language, and we use Duolingo because it's free. And sometimes it's just nice to not have more work for me and more things I have to do, especially if I don't feel comfortable with a foreign language, to have a program that can really teach them. My husband is a linguist and has his undergrad is linguistics. And so foreign languages really speak to him. So he loves what the kids are doing Duolingo. So she's going to be doing it, and then he can kind of talk with her. I believe she's doing Spanish. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Spanish. But that's his favorite. That's what he got a minor in, was Spanish. So he does a lot of languages. So he's super helpful with that. Science. I thought this was interesting. She wanted to do Nicola Tesla. It's really hard to find books on him. So I ended up getting Nicola Tesla, Electrical Genius by Arthur J. Beckard. And this was one I just found on, I believe, Libraries of Hope from Marlene Peterson, A Well-Educated Heart. And so I just go and look at different references like that to find, like when my kid says, I want to learn about this person or this topic, I go to certain places like Libraries of Hope and try to find good recommendations in there. I know usually Marlene's, I really like them, so I feel like it's a safe bet. So for her character book, she is doing Essentialism. This is a great book. Essentialism by Greg McKeon. Probably McKeon. I'm just gonna, there you go. This was one I loved. It's all marked up for me, so she gets to read it. Oh, and it looks like it's been loved on by an animal or a child as well. Really good book. So a lot of us have read it in the house, and so she was like, I guess I'll read that one. So history, she is going to be doing the Odyssey. So more of Greek mythology type stuff, right? So that's what she wanted to study this year, which I think it's awesome when you allow your kids to be a part of their decision making. That I find a lot of times they would pick much harder stuff than what I would give them. So kudos to them, my kids. For her religious book, she wanted to do The Heavens Are Open by Wendy W. Nelson. Fantastic book. I read that one this year too. Really liked it. Finance book. I was looking everywhere for the book, and I know my husband has more of these at his office because finances is what his career is. And this is like what he gives away. It's like candy is this book. So I can't find it in the house. So I think he's given it away to somebody. But it's Richest Man in Babylon. And that's his most favorite book. Teaches some really good principles with finance. Just how to be wealthy, how to take care of your wealth, all those good things. So she wanted to read that, Richest Man in Babylon. So then if you see, and I had this with Joshy's too, I just didn't show you. At the very bottom, you see that? It says Minute with Mom. And that's when we would go through all of this. So if we are on Tuesday, and so we would, and Tess and I are sitting together, then we would go through her stuff and we would look at her language arts and I would check it and make sure everything looks good. And if she needs help, I would help her write them. Les Mis, she would tell me what she read the day before. And that's what we call our narrations. And she would just write that out. Same thing with all that math. She would tell me what her score was. And if it was lower than, I don't know, 80-ish, if it's in the 70s or lower, I always ask if she needs help. Was there what were you stuck on? And kind of finding out why she was missing so many problems, if she needs some extra help. But all of the books we would just go through and she would kind of give me a rundown of what it was that she was learning. So anyways, that's for Tess for 7th grade for 2020-2021. All right, see ya.